Hey, you are definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Rochester Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated May Week activities. Today, on this Health is Wealth Wednesday, we are cooking with the Reds. Yes. You know what they say, you are what you eat. So my sorors are about to throw down in the kitchen, but in a nice, healthy way. These diva chefs love to cook. And when I say they're ready, I mean they are ready. We have Jacquelyn Dobson hooking up her sassy salmon, spicy stir fry, and couscous. We also have Rhondalynn Richards showcasing her marinated grilled chicken and a Caesar salad. We also have Donna Davis spotlighting her special jerk chicken with rice and peas and Brussels sprouts. Please enjoy these entertaining cooking demos, and if you have a special dish that you would like to spotlight on social media, please don't forget to hashtag Cooking with the REDz. Sit back and enjoy.
This is our Founders Day, our May Week. And we celebrate May Week all across the world, the first week of May. And it's the time of year where we really do our best public service. So we decided this year that we would talk about how to stay healthy in terms of cooking during COVID. And like my mom said, and beyond. So she said, don't just say cooking during COVID. Talk about beyond. So, as usual, even though I'm 42, I still listen to mom. So, this is about cooking healthy during COVID-19 and beyond. You know, one of the things that the epidemiologists tell us is that it's really important to eat healthy. Don't worry, I'm not going to use those. So that we can build up our system and fight not only COVID, but all kinds of things that God didn't mean for our body. So, what am I doing today? What am I doing right now? Right now, I've got some water, and I'm going to go to my stove. Y'all like my stove? I got this last year. And I'm loving her. So I'm actually going to make something that I've never made before, but I'm excited about it. So what am I using? I'm using unsalted butter. Margarine is a no-no. Margarine has all kinds of bad things in it, so you want to stay away from margarine. It's okay to use butter. Not an awful lot. And I use unsalted, even I do not have high blood pressure, but I want it to stay like that. So, you know, I use the unsalted. I do all of my shopping at Wegmans. Wegmans on East Avenue and in Pittsburgh. I love Wegmans. One of the great things about Rochester is Wegmans, and we're so blessed to have Wegmans. I have people all across the country, from North Carolina and Virginia. When they've come here over the years to visit me, first place I take them to after the hot dog place in Country Sweet, which is not good for you, but it's good to you, is Wegmans. And then when they get one, they are so excited. So what am I doing? Stop talking, Jackie, about other things. What I'm doing right now is I'm seasoning my water for my couscous. And it's going to be yummy yum. Now, I've never made couscous before, but I said, you know what? Since we're talking about health in Delta Sigma Theta, Rochester Alumni Chapter, we're going to cook healthy. And my other cooks, who you've probably seen by now, they did some really fantastic dishes. So I chose to do couscous as a substitute for rice, which is very starchy. Now, who tends to eat rice? Southerners and Geechees from South Carolina. I grew up eating rice and loving it. But rice is not kind to us. It's a starch. So I want to show you all that there are some, this is a great, I think it's Northern African grain. Some say that it's a starch. I like to think of it as a grain. And it's an alternate and a great substitute for rice. So what am I going to do? I've already put butter in it. Aha! Olive oil. And we've already submitted the ingredients that we're using for tonight. So my producer is going to, once I clean it up a little bit, he'll show you what I'm working with tonight. So you can buy couscous from any place. Wegmans, I think it's the international aisle. C-O-U-S, C-O-U-S. Looks like that. So mine will not be white like that because I'm going to put all kinds of delicious, fun things in it. Healthy, of course. So it only takes 10 minutes. So you add it to a boiling pot of water. And who out there can tell me what this is? I grow it in my backyard. Thyme. You don't only use thyme in the summer, or excuse me, for Thanksgiving. Use it all year. I love growing it. I've got sage back there and all kinds of good things. Something else I can't remember. So I take it off. You kind of do like that. Get it off with your thumb and just pop it in that pot. I'm going to show my cameraman Thomas what this pot is looking like. Whoops. Where is my mitt? So I don't have a mitt right now, so I'm going to bring this over to my cameraman. Get a nice shot of that, please. Okay. Look at that. Now, so I've got to add some wonderful salt and pepper. So I'm going to go over here to my area where I have my fabulous So it's good to have all your seasonings out before you begin. I normally try to put them out the night before. Old Bay is a wonderful seasoning. If you're from Louisiana, you guys use a lot of sassafras. I like Old Bay. So put a little bit of that. Seasoning is critical. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt. And let me say something about salt. Many of you people use salt, sea salt. Okay, you can, but make sure you get salt with iodine in it. Iodine. Is it iodine or iodine? Iodine. And that's really good for you. That's an absolute must. It's also important that you get enough salt in your body system, because if you don't have enough salt in your body, you could die. So that's that. For color, I'm going to add a few of these bad girls. And you know, this is a beautiful color. And so let me say this. Presentation is key to good food. So I cannot emphasize enough, ladies and gentlemen, young men, young women, the importance of using color. Presentation is great. My grandmother, Julia Pryor, who some of you all knew, the saints of all saints, was a great Southern cook and chef. She was a professional chef, trained professionally down in Richmond, Virginia. So I'm going to cut it down a little now. It's got a nice start. Can you see this? Okay, let them see. Yummy. Yummy, yum. Now, some good chicken stock will be good in there. But I don't buy that stuff from the store. I make my own chicken stock. But I did not. So you almost want a nice, oops, that's a lot. But so, oh, that opened up my sinuses. That's garlic powder. I like to use garlic powder. Whoa. Excuse me. You know you're cooking good when you start sneezing. So I put a little garlic powder in there, and then I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic. Garlic is an antioxidant. I try to make sure that I have garlic every day, throughout the day. And this I always have. So when I make my drinks and my NutriBullet, I use an entire garlic clove, you know. I want to emphasize the importance of always washing everything you're cooking. Let me also say that it's critically important that when you're tasting stuff, don't dip in and taste and put the same darn spoon in. You gotta be kidding me. Even before COVID, germs are real. Even if you're just cooking for yourself, don't. Because some of you would say, well, if you're only cooking for yourself, what does it matter? Well, you don't ever know when your mom might decide to come over and she's hungry after a long day and she didn't feel like cooking. You know? So it's just not a good habit. So all of you young people that have not started cooking like that, the two things I want you to take away right now is to wash your vegetables, wash everything. And if you sample, which is very important to sample, then get a different spoon. I get a different spoon all the time. So I told my producer that I wanted these out. And why? Well, when I first learned how to cook as an apprentice to my mom, and I'm going to cover that up. Thomas, shoot that for me. Can you get it? Okay. So, when I first learned how to cook, you know, just because I was learning, I was taught to measure everything. Then when I got to be older, my mother said, you know, in our community and in the Italian community and in many of the immigrant communities, good cooks do not measure. If you watch Rachel Ray, she does a dash of this and a dash of that, then she throws the salt over her back for good luck. So we all have our traditions. So see, I still got the thing on it. Unnecessary. And my food, anybody will tell you, tastes like everything has been precisely measured. So I don't know if my producer got this from the beginning, but I prayed. And one of my best girlfriends prayed with me. She comes from a praying family. Even my producer is a praying man from Baber Church. Holla Donna, holla Pastor Simmons, holla Reverend, who I so love down south in South Carolina, and he loved rice. But I'm going to have to send him some of this couscous. So now what am I going to do? I'm doing the water. You see I rinsed out my pan. And I am going to prepare. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, wrong one. Now let's talk about the stove a minute. I don't know about Donna and my other soror Richards that cooked earlier. But I have no use for an electric. I like gas. You know, I probably because I grew up on it. It's the only thing that I knew. Now, electric stoves tend to be less expensive and really kind of fly and funky. And I do like that. But I like my electric stove. I mean my gas stove. Oh, that's looking good. Thomas, be sure to get that. So, now I'm going to cook the corn. So, guess what, guys? I'm really cooking for, I have a date. Can't tell you who it is. But he'll be along shortly. And he works hard. And he doesn't know what I'm having for him. But I think he'll like it. I do this. My mom always did it. And then when we were little, she used to have the little plastic things that go on each end. But she used the real big ones. So this corn is grown right here in the Rochester region. Probably about 45 minutes out of here. It's always important to cover everything. Okay? So we're on our way. I'm going to put this away because I was going to cook some broccoli. But I decided against that. Instead, I'm going to do the corn. So, pull out this spoon. And I'm going to taste what my, oh, that looks good. How's it smell, Thomas?
Good.
He gave me a thumbs up. Have you eaten today, Thomas?
Yes.
Have you ever had couscous?
No.
Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Jersey. Okay. Where are your parents from?
New Jersey and South Carolina.
Oh, so they ate a lot of rice. You grew up eating a lot of rice?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to introduce you to this couscous. It's pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. Looks like spring. Now it's time to add and if it's like other grains, it may build up. But like I told you, I've never cooked it before. Okay. Time for our main so we are going to now cook a little. I'm going to do a stir fry. And it's going to consist of green peppers, red bell, and yellow. Again, healthy, healthy. Always take the insides out. You know, my late soror, Frida McCrae, and she was my Delta inspiration from FAMU, and I grew up under her at my church. She was a fabulous cook, and she was not only my Delta inspiration, but she was also my foodie inspiration, and she was a fantastic cook. So I'm bringing her up now because, boy, she used to cook, she used to cut veggies up so precisely, and they'd be perfect. So I haven't acquired that yet, but it's okay. Because it's all about presentation and how it tastes. Look at that. Always take the veins out. Yes. Again, these were grown up here. Oh my gosh. I don't even need a knife. It's coming. Look at that. I just feel like, just like that. Everybody needs a culinary. So guess what? Culinars are my favorite things. You know, when you're a foodie, you love cooking items. So my sister, Kim, a couple years ago bought me a lot of cooking pots and stuff, and I love them. My sister Gina is quite a foodie, and she likes to cook West Indian, and she cooks and eats clean. So that's awesome. And although she uses supplements a lot, she knows that supplements never will take the place of food. Oh, look at these mushrooms. So again, all of these are from Wegmans. Oops, that almost went in with the paper. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. So we're going to cook this for about 15 minutes. Now, if I had more time, I would have cut those mushrooms up. And what I really should have done, all you people that are out here critiquing me, I should have had this already going. But it's okay. So remember, cooking is all about having a good time. I said to my other cooks earlier, have a good time when you're doing the show. And I hope that they did. By the way, Donna, I can't wait to taste your food. My other Sora didn't send me any of the grilled salad, chicken salad, but I'll get with her later. So, there we go. Look at that. Looking good. So, I never cook without kickaman. It gives a nice kick to everything. Yes, it does. I get that from my mom. Now, she's always said, yes, it does. Or she's talking about the Lord. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So, this might be my kind of bad habit. I might be using a little bit too much butter. Well, you won't tell. So, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. So, I've been eating red hot sauce since I was like 7, 8 years old. And my mother used to always tell me, oh, you're going to get, by the time you get 25, you're not going to have a stomach. Well, here I am, 45, and I'm fine. Okay, so, in they go. Thomas, get that for me, baby. Yes, yes. Hallelujah. So, I don't cook without praying. I always sing. So, here's the top for that. Now, I don't use cooking wine. I use a real. And I like a sweet wine to go in my food. Now, so I don't have any kids or a husband around here, so that wasn't the classiest. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Kimmy. Gina, you can relate because you keep it real. So, yeah, it's looking good. Another point I'm making is, talked about covering it up. Okay, so now I'm going to bring out another pan to make the final dish. Before I do that, I wanted to show you something. I always cook with my hair covered because hair don't taste good, people. Not even my own hair. Y'all like my farm sink? I love it. Thank you, Jesus. So, my final dish is going to be salmon. And lots of you always call salmon salmon. Wrong. It's salmon. My good friend Orlando Ruiz corrected me one day, and he was right. Okay. Did I put salt and pepper in here? I can't remember. Just in case I didn't, and I don't think I did. I'm gonna add a little bit now. The best seasoning you can get is McCormick. My mom taught me that, but I've got Great Value open right now, so that's what we're using. I'm gonna put a little bit of well, I already did put a little bit of pepper in there. I gotta wipe that up. So, here we go. So, I was going to put some in the oven, but I want you to see what it is. So, you see, I've selected the kind with skin because it gives you a nice natural oil. Fish oil is the best thing we can eat for our health. Now, my mom does not eat any type of seafood, but she does take supplements. She's been taking supplements about 40 years. That's why next week she'll be 87. I'm not kidding. She looks every bit of about 63. You know that's the truth, Mom. She doesn't like me to brag about it. But, so, gonna take a little bit of, I like white onions because they tend to be much sweeter. And yes. So I'm a big meat cooker too, and I always stab my meat. I really hope that my date appreciates this tonight. I think he will. He's a hard worker, and he was raised great by two great parents, and he's good. He's good. So I'm gonna go back in the fridge and get a little more butter. I'm gonna cut this on. So you don't have to wait until your oil is hot for your salmon. Say salmon, not salmon. Salmon. Okay, what else do I want to do? Maybe a little bit of thyme. This is the grated kind. Now, what I'm going to do now is go in my refrigerator. Hope I have one, and I do. Thank you, Lord. I don't cook without God, y'all. Wash. And I'm making a mess. Yum, yum, yum. Mmm. Real lemon, not lemon juice, real lemon is fantastic on any kind of fish. Ugh. Okay. Do we want a few little mushrooms? Why not? Why not? Now, one of the things oh, this is Dee Dee. Dee Dee was supposed to cook. Dee Dee, hey, Soror. Hey, baby. So I'm cooking with the Reds. I'm taping right now.
Oh, okay, bye.
Love you.
Love you.
So one of the things my dad always taught me, do not be on that darn telephone. And so, but I wanted to talk to her or to answer because she just had foot surgery. And so that's why she couldn't cook. But she runs her own catering company. All right. So there you have it. All of my dishes that are going to be cooking. Wow, get that, Thomas. Ooh. Wow, I made too much. And that's done. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit. Let me see something. So you hear that. I'm gonna cut it down. And I don't know where my mitt is. Look at that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. Got a little bit of wine. Sorry, Mom. Now, oh, I didn't get to light my candle. I've got a few little spinach sprigs. I'm going to add that to this. Isn't that pretty? Please get that, Brother Thomas. And we're going to cover that up. We're going to let that cook nicely. And you always have to let your food breathe. You did notice that I washed it. Normally I would have washed all of these things ahead of time and put it in my faithful color. But I had things to do today and so I didn't get to. So I'm going to put a little bit in there. And I don't have any more tops. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. You know, we come from a people that make a way out of no way. So, for all the boys and girls that's listening out there, who can guess what Miss Jackie is going to do? You're right. All right, Jamel. All right, Katina. All right, Jose. I'm going to cover it with a plate. A plastic one. Dun, 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 dun. So, this can come off. This couscous is already off. So, chives. And the chives is going to lay beautifully on top of my salmon. So I know that you guys want to see what it's going to look like. An apple a day keeps the doctors away. It's very true. So remember, you're supposed to have, FDA likes you to have all kinds of colors on your plate because that will make you get your share of vegetables. So now I am going to what we call in this business of ours is begin to plate. And this is the cutest little thing. It's called endive. Mom, I bet you never seen any this small. So cute. It's like a little tulip. So, because I grew up, Mommy always said you need a bed for your meats. Whether it's red meat, chicken, fish. So we're going to do like such. There's one of my favorite foodies says in her show. And then I'm going to get some blueberries. They're expensive, but again, another antioxidant. So I'm really trying to create a 5-star meal that does not leave us hungry, and it's pretty. I once dated a gentleman from Philly, and whenever I cooked, I would garnish his meals. And he would be like, "What are you doing? I'm from Philly. We don't do that." I said, "Okay." So I stopped garnishing. And guess what? He got really upset and says, "Where's my garnish?" I said, "Well, you're from Philly. You don't do that." You know? But he said, I was just that ignorant. So he loved it. And a lot of times when we're not used to things, we make fun. And that's why there's a lot of bullying. But he didn't hurt my feelings because I knew that presentation was as important as how good it tastes. So there's my bedding. And let's see how that's coming along. I think I want to do a little more salt and pepper. In fact, I know that I do. I'm usually not this messy, but I'm on a timeline. Okay. Oops. Look what I forgot. So this is for my bed too. So we're going to wash. Kindergartners, how do you spell wash? W-A-S-H. That's right. And we're going to cut. Yes. Pretty. Pretty. My sister Kim is in town, and I think I'll save her a little bit. She likes salmon. Okay. Where is my spatula? I'll use this because, you know, we're from Africa and wood is of the earth. So, yes, yes. Hallelujah. And if it's sloppy, you know it's going to be good. Now, I usually take the fat off. And you know, I learned that from my dear friend Gene Turner. He says, "Jack, you don't want to eat that fat." And so Gene, I still take some of your tips. Okay. So now we're going to begin to spoon. Couscous. Look how it looks. Yummy. Now, I could put some on top of that, but I think not. So couscous, I think it is a pasta. It's debatable. When I was reading how to cook it, it said that it's debatable as to if it's a grain or a pasta. But I would say that because of how it swells up, as such, it's probably more of a pasta. So I'm going to put that right on top. Now you don't want to cook your stir fry too much, because when you cook vegetables too much, you lose the nutritional value. Okay. So I had spinach, red bell pepper, green bell peppers, and guess what? I forgot to put the yellow peppers in. But hey, so what I love to do is to put a dollop of cream cheese. Now this is a Wegmans brand, and you can't go wrong with Wegmans brand. And the Wegmans brand is about, this was about 75 cents cheaper than the name brand. So I'm gonna cut up a little bit of my crispy apple. You want a little bit of crunch. I'm gonna put that, wash that, cut that off. You want to keep the skins on because the skin is an antioxidant. So you really want to, a big part of cooking healthy is to leave skins on certain things. Okay? Okay. All right. So, I need a bigger plate. Here we go. Now, that is really enough. You don't even need a meat. You don't even need the fish. But we're going to do the fish. Since I told my sorors that I was cooking fish. That looks good. It smells divine. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord. So I found this new song. It just came up on my Google yesterday. And it's called I Give You Jesus. And I sent it to a number of people in town, out of town, Aggies, sorors, non-Aggies, my sisters, and I got so many great responses. I give you Jesus. So you want to use a little spatula like that that's slated. Okay, and now I'm grabbing the all of that. Now I like to use colorful plates because Rochester is a lovely place, but we don't always get a lot of sun. So my house is very colorful. So I'm going to cut that off so she won't dry out. And voila! You've got corn. Now you shouldn't eat a lot of corn because it is a starch, but it's good for you. It smells good. Salmon, say it with me. Say it with me, Thomas.
Salmon.
Salmon. Now, did you always say it correctly?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're from New Jersey. So we've got the endive lettuce. Have you ever had endive lettuce? Okay. It's very healthy. The kind of lettuce that you grew up and that you're eating now, not healthy. I never eat the iceberg. It only has water in it. Endive. And spinach. I make salads out of the spinach. I eat spinach salad all the time. But let me tell you something that's very important. When you are eating spinach, it's tough to digest, use olive oil. So if I wanted, I could sprinkle a little bit on here, but I cooked with it. And you know, the Italian community, they brew it in their basements. So they keep it downstairs. And my Italian friends from time to time will say, hey Jack, my dad wants you to have some homemade olive oil, avocado, a good fat. I just started eating these and they're so pretty. So I meant to put some here, and I think that I will. Always wash. This is the first meal that I've never sampled. But I'm confident. It looks good. Oh, I forgot. I said I was going to mention a new friend. He helped pick this avocado out for me. Gary Walker, formerly of the city, used to work with my dear friend, Bridget. Excuse me. Don't cough in your food. So Gary, I hope you're watching. I asked you to go to the website and look at it. So I really like a bigger plate. And if I knew that the food was going to be that large, I would have gotten a bigger plate. So look at the difference. Oh yeah. So maybe I will put his food on here. But it looks pretty on there. So, mind you, friends, it's been a blast. I just did my first cooking show, Cooking with the REDZ, coming at you Wednesday night, the 5th of May. The first time we've ever done this. And someone brilliant came up with the idea. I bet you can't guess who. But I'm going to taste a little bit. I'm going to taste, because you never want to give anybody anything that you haven't tasted. So I can't find my fork. So I'm going to use a spoon. Sorry, Ma. But it really should be a fork. Oh, it's so tender. So the good thing about salmon is you should only take 10 minutes to cook it. Okay? So, bless the food, Lord. Thank you for the ability to buy it. Thank you for the digestive to take it in. And may all of our people eat as we're about to eat now. Thank you. Nanny, Mama, Gina Kim Sorors, all I can say is, ooh.
So now we will be making homemade Caesar salad dressing. You know, a lot of times we'll go to the store and buy a bottle of Caesar salad dressing, and it's so easy to make and it's delicious. And you know exactly what ingredients you're putting inside of the recipe. When you look, sometimes you look on the bottle of the dressing that you buy from the store, there's a long list of ingredients on there. Sometimes you don't even know how to read half of the ingredients. So why not try to make your own homemade dressing at home? It's easy and it's delicious. Okay, so we're gonna start with, I'm gonna share with you the ingredients, and all of the ingredients go into this food processor. Okay, we're starting with the juice of a lemon, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is to just get the juice from this lemon. Just use this little contraption here and this. And then just squeeze it out. Squeeze all of the juice out. And that's it. That's how you get the juice from a lemon. Fresh juice. Right? And then I'm going to do the other half. Fresh juice, fresh lemon juice. All right, I'm gonna put that in the food processor. All right, and then the next thing we're going to put in the food processor is garlic. Garlic is, this has so much nutrients in it that hopefully you like garlic. It's a rich source of calcium, potassium, iron, and it has so many other minerals. It is has anti-cancer properties. It lowers the blood pressure. It reduces heart disease and cholesterol levels. And then a little tip, if you love eating raw garlic, but you hate the aftertaste or the smell, the odor of it, try chewing parsley. It works very well as a breath freshener. So you just throw the garlic in there, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Then we have anchovies. A lot of people kind of stay away from anchovies. I don't know why, because they really are a powerhouse of nutrition. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which offers benefits to your heart. They also reduce cholesterol levels. They slow the buildup of plaque in your arteries. They reduce blood pressure, blood clotting, and they promote your brain and heart health. So we're going to put 3 or 4 anchovies in the food processor. And again, we're just putting everything in the food processor and it's going to blend it up. It's going to be delicious. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of Dijon mustard in there. Then we're going to use egg yolk. We're using 3 egg yolks. You can put 2 or 3, but I'm just going to crack them here. We're just going to use the egg yolk, not the white. One. 2 and 3. Okay, 3 egg yolks. And let me just talk about the benefit of the egg yolks as well. You know, that's the good part of the egg. It's the center or the yellow part. There's tons of antioxidants in the egg yolk. Athletes love to eat the egg yolks. There's amino acids, which helps to prevent heart disease. There's iron, there's folate, vitamins, and they give a boost to your immune system. Also helps with your vision. Okay, and then of course we want the Parmesan cheese. Okay, so we put all of that into our food processor. Let's see, there's about 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese in here. Okay, and then we're just going to cut on the food processor. and start blending. I'm gonna add olive oil in, but I'm gonna add that last. So this is well blended, and then I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I'm just going to slowly blend that in. And I've done it so much that I know about a 1/4 cup, 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of olive oil. If you want to add some fresh black pepper, I normally don't add any salt or anything because, you know, the anchovies and the Worcester sauce. Where's my, okay, here it is. I normally put about a teaspoon of Worcester sauce in as well. Okay. Worcester sauce is made from anchovies, so they have all those good health benefits in that as well. And there you have it, Caesar salad dressing. And you can just pour it into a container. This. Some people just actually put it on the romaine lettuce, but I like to measure mine because I don't like to saturate it with the dressing, so I just put it to the side and then just put like a couple tablespoons on it. But see, that was quick, it was easy, it's healthy. You know everything that has gone into this dressing, and sorry, and it's delicious. Actually, you're supposed to take these parts out before you pour it out. And this is the Caesar salad dressing. Yummy, yum, yum. All right, so we'll put that to the side, and you need to eat this within the week because it's all natural ingredients. You know, it's not processed, no preservatives, so you need to eat it, you know, within the week. Okay, so the croutons, you just have your bread. I normally do not put croutons on my Caesar salad, but my family loves it, so I'm just gonna show you how I make it. So we use the little breadcrumbs here, sprinkle it with olive oil, and then I put seasoning on it, some salt and pepper, fresh pepper, a little salt, again, just a little. Fresh salt, fresh pepper. You know, some people put Parmesan cheese on it. But basically this is it. You throw it in the oven for about 350, I'm sorry. Throw it in the oven 350 degrees. Bake it for 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. And you're good to go with your croutons. All right. So there's so many benefits of the romaine lettuce or the green lettuce. It's anti-inflammatory. It's a cancer fighter. You always want to get the green lettuce. when you're going to restaurants, and even if you're getting a side salad, ask them to put in the green leafy lettuces because there's more health benefits for the green leafy lettuces. It's a cancer fighter. It lowers blood pressure. There's vitamin K, which helps healthy bones, protects your bones. It's a natural laxative. And then we're just gonna put this in here, rest of our lettuce. Love romaine lettuce and green lettuce. It also has vitamin C, which helps you with your stress and anxiety. It helps improve your metabolism, and it protects against diseases. So green lettuce, romaine lettuce, that is definitely the way to go. Then I have these heirloom tomatoes. Love them. And I'm just going to get another cutting board here. You can put, I like putting tomatoes in my Caesar salad. You don't really have to, but I love it. And this is a multicolored tomato. It's called an heirloom tomato. Really, really healthy. It's a rainbow of colors, which indicates a diversity of antioxidants. It's just beautiful. It helps protect our cells from aging. It's a rich source of vitamin C. It's rich or high in potassium. It lowers blood pressure. Also has vitamin K to help keep our bones strong and healthy. And a tip with the heirloom tomatoes is if you eat one medium heirloom tomato a day, it provides 40% of your daily requirements of this immune building nutrient. So we have some really, really nice healthy ingredients going into the salad, and I'm just going to slice a few up here. And throw them in the salad. Just beautiful. The more colors, the better. All this healthy ingredients that go into a salad. All right. Couple more here. Big salad. All right, and then just throw them in here. Look at that, beautiful, just beautiful. All right, and then the last thing that I put in my salads are red onions. Well, not the last thing, but I love using the red onions. I love the deep color and the health benefits that it provides. These little things here, guys, they're called food huggers. So you cut your onions and everything and just throw this on there, and it keeps it fresher longer. I love these things. It keeps it fresher, and I love them. You just, once you cut it, you just throw this on here, put it in the refrigerator, and it stays fresh much longer. But the red onion, again, it has a lot of health benefits. It contains antioxidants that fight inflammation. Okay? It helps to reduce blood pressure, heart disease, and allergies. And it protects the body from ulcers, and it's a cancer fighting agent. Okay? So we're gonna throw this in here too. And then here, get my little scoops I call them. And then just kind of mix the salad up. Again, some people just toss in the dressing and just coat it. I like to just use about a tablespoon or so. And then I also like to put boiled eggs in my Caesar salads. And I use this little handy thing here to slice it. And then just throw it in there. Just love it. Right, and then let's put these to the side. Like these. And we have croutons that have already been baked for 30 minutes, and then we have the grilled chicken. So, we want to put some grilled chicken on here, and let's get a fork. Now this is what you call a meal, a healthy meal. And croutons, if you like croutons, again, I put it to the side, but my family loves the croutons. I'll throw a few on here. Okay. And then I have a salad that's already been placed on a plate. Okay, and we have all of the ingredients that we just put into this bowl. Put a few just a couple of croutons on here. We have the shaved Parmesan cheese on here. And then we have the dressing that we're going to drizzle on top. And I tell you, if you eat this salad, guys, if you eat this grilled Caesar salad, this is a full meal and it's healthy. So I hope you enjoy. Bon appetit. How was it?
Did well.
Thank you.
Except for watching me move around.
Oh. Sorry. I was like, oh, I meant to put that in there
I can't
too.
give you an A+ because you weren't watching me move around.
I forgot.
Very good.
Okay, so in this pot, I already soaked and cooked the dry peas overnight. And what's also in here is cut up onions and garlic, okay? And you're also going to put a little salt and pepper in here to taste. I'm going to move it over here to the stove. I'm going to turn it on to like a medium temperature. In this pot, I've already washed my white rice. Now it's important to wash your rice to get a lot of that starch off of it, because you don't want to have a lot of starch in your body, okay? That's not healthy. That's what can elevate your cholesterol. So this has already been washed, and so I'm going to add this now to the peas. Don't be afraid to get your hands in there. Cooking is a form of showing love, okay? So get your hands in there. And I'm going to add some water to it. Now, this is my grandmother's recipe, and she taught me how to make rice. She said that you add water up until the first notch of your finger is sitting on top of the rice. Okay? So then you don't have to measure. So I'm good to go. Okay? And I'm just going to give that a stir. And when that comes to a boil, then I'm going to turn it down to a low simmer and let that cook for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes goes by, then I'm going to check it, okay? I'm going to add a little salt. I like to use Himalayan pink salt. It's not as harsh as other salts are. And I'm also, to give it some moisture, I'm going to add some olive oil. Some people like to use butter, but since we're trying to cook healthier, we're going to use olive oil. Give that a little stir. Once that comes to a boil, once again, we're going to turn that down. Now we're going to move over here while we're waiting for that to boil. We're going to move on over here, and we're going to start prepping our chicken. Now, this chicken was already soaked in water, lemon, and some salt, okay? That congeals all the fat, and then after all the fat, it makes the fat easier to remove. Okay, so that has already been cleaned, and what I'm going to do now is, this is the brand of the jerk seasoning that I like to use. Okay, it's by Walker's Wood. This is as close as I can get to my homemade jerk seasoning that my cousin makes back in Jamaica. So we're going to put some black pepper on here. Okay. We're also going to use a little seasoned salt, whichever kind you prefer. I'm not wed to any one particular brand, but this is one that my mom uses, so I continue to use it as well. Okay. Now, once again, you're going to get your hands in there. All right. So, I'm just going to get a spoon so I can reach down in here. And I'm going to spoon out, just slather on this jerk seasoning, all right? And we're going to rub everything in with our hands. Now, sometimes I use gloves when I'm dealing with chicken, because you don't want to obviously touch chicken and then touch something else, okay? Because of salmonella. You don't want to get sick, okay? That's the reason why you have to cook chicken very, very thoroughly and make sure it's cooked through. All right. All right, you're going to get your hands in there and make sure that this jerk seasoning gets all in the crevices, okay? And it's also very important while you're preparing any meal that you're keeping your surfaces clean at all times. Okay? See how it just gets all in there. Don't be afraid to get dirty. It makes it taste better if you use your hands. Okay. Now, typically, I like to have my chicken, after it's been seasoned, minimally, I like for it to sit overnight, okay? When I'm doing jerk chicken, I really love for it to sit for 2, if not 3 nights, okay? This seasoning, it gets way deep down in there and it makes it taste so good, okay? So if you can plan ahead, certainly try to get this seasoned up 1 or 2 nights ahead of time. Okay, make sure you're washing your hands really well. Gotta wash them with soap. Okay, and we're gonna let this chicken sit and marinate, okay? Our water's almost boiling there. So now we're going to turn our attention to the Brussels sprouts. Tonight we're going to be roasting Brussels sprouts. And you're just going to, now these were already washed. Even if the store says, oh, they're clean, I always rinse off and wash my vegetables, regardless of what the packaging says. I never dump them right into a pot, okay? So you're going to cut the end off. And then you're going to slice it in half here. And then if they're larger pieces, you can quarter them. Okay, just like that. And you're just going to put them on a pan, just like that. Really easy. Now, we want to eat healthy, so that's why we're cooking a green vegetable. All right. Now, some other vegetables that are good to have, obviously, are carrots. You know, you want to look at the nutritional benefits of your vegetables, and carrots and cabbage and peas and beans. Salad is also, of course, very good to have. So you just want to make sure that you have some form of vegetable with every meal. And this will take no time to cook. Put them in the oven after we do some seasoning to them, and we'll be good to go. All right, I think that's enough of them for now. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna clean up our surface. All right, because we want to keep everything nice and clean. Toss this in the trash. Alrighty. Now, we're just going to drizzle these with some olive oil. Alright. Once again, eating healthy. Sprinkle some black pepper. Where'd I put my salt? Here's my salt over here. I'm going to put some salt on there. Not a lot. Gotta watch our blood pressure, right? And this is a spice that I put practically on everything. Some good old steak seasoning. Okay. The oven is already set to 385 degrees. And we're just gonna slip that right into the oven. Okay. And we're gonna set our timer for about 10 minutes. And we'll check them after about 10 minutes. The rice is nice and boiling now, so we're going to cook that. Put that down to low right here. And we're going to put the lid on. We're just going to let that cook nice and slow. And we're also going to check that after 10 minutes. All right? So while that is being prepped, everything is being marinated. Okay? Now we can take the chicken and could place it on a roasting pan. But just put each piece on a roasting pan. Okay? We're going to pretend that these have marinated for overnight at least. All right? We're going to stick it here. Skin side up. Okay? Now, when these were cut, this was a whole chicken cut into parts. And so you just want to have them to be serving size pieces, okay? But big enough that if you have a really hungry boy or man in the house, that they'll be able to enjoy what they're eating, okay? Going to slather what's left on there, and we're going to slip that right in the oven along with the Brussels sprouts. Cleaning the hands again. Like that. And we're going to put this alongside it. Everything's in the oven. Peas are cooking. And now we just have to wait for everything to get done. We'll see you in a few minutes. How about that? Well, here's the finished product. Roasted jerk chicken with roasted Brussels sprouts and peas and rice, made with my grandmother's recipe. Hope you enjoyed making it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Have a great evening.